Oh, really? Wait, her, like, recent pregnancy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought she was over there.
She was over here, like, every day. Welcome back, guys, to No Offers. I'm here with
Maria.
And today, well, it's not a mukbang, but we're eating ice cream.
Sort of. I got Rocky Road.
What did I get?
What did you get?
Ferrero.
Oh, Ferrero.
Like the chocolate, but in ice cream form. And we have Billy King with us today, too.
Okay, Billy King.
And today, so, have you been on Reddit before? So I sometimes go on Reddit because sometimes people post stuff about their jobs.
Okay.
Or sometimes like office drama and stuff like that, right? But this time, I ran into one where it was about a couple.
Okay.
So he says, me, male, 22, moved in with my girlfriend, female, 23.
Okay.
And her parents are forcing us to pay rent, right? And then he asks, and then I think, so he wants to move out.
Wait,
right?
They moved into the parents' house?
The girlfriend's parents' house.
The girlfriend, okay.
Right? And he's asking, are they assholes for making them pay rent?
Pay rent.
Yeah.
Damn. I think that in a way they're not, because, I mean, trying to keep a house, clean, stable.
Together? It takes a lot of effort.
It takes a lot of effort from everyone. So I feel like making some sort of contribution, like at least paying for rent, is fine, Especially if it's high, like the rent is high, especially nowadays.
Or the mortgage is high.
Like, I think making them pay rent is fine. I see if he would want to move out. I see the reason why he would want to move out, but I mean, he's there in the girlfriend's parents' house.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot cheaper for them to stay there.
Yeah.
Than it is if they move out by themselves.
That's true.
But I also do think it's teaching them responsibility.
That too.
Even if you were to still live with your parents, you're like 22, 23, and like, you should start contributing in some way.
Right, whether it's groceries, rent, light, gas, anything.
Yeah, I feel like having bills, even if it's at an early age, or I feel like many kids nowadays, they say, well, my parents have been affording it for like all these many years, right? Why should I start paying it when they could still afford X, right? Whether it's a bill, whether it's the mortgage, whether it's rent, right? But I think it's very important to learn responsibilities,
That's
right?
very true.
Because eventually you're going to have to pay your own mortgage, pay your own rent, and it's not going to be the small portion that your parents are charging you. It's going to be a lot. And I think it's a good way to start off and learn how to be financially smart.
Yeah.
It's going to teach you how to budget.
It really does.
It's going to really make you think twice on where you spent the rest of your money.
Exactly.
And I just think overall it's great. I mean, I don't think the parents are assholes for making you, even if they were to be millionaires, even if they were Bill Gates, I think teaching you responsibilities would be awesome, Yeah. And if your parents weren't asking you for anything and now these parents are, then be grateful, They're actually treating you like a human being and, they want you to be responsible.
Exactly. Especially learning responsibility at a young age. It really helps you, in a way, like, view things differently, right?
Yeah.
Like, you start seeing how expensive things are. Because it's like when your parents say, there's food in the house. Like, I understand that saying now. Because food is expensive. Groceries are expensive.
And the thing is, food is like, I mean, this is a snack, right? But you have to eat your breakfast, your dinner, your lunch. You might snack, and it's a necessity. You're not going to go starving, And when you're out and about, it could get pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Even if you try to buy something that's not very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
you should still have a meal that's gonna, fill you up
Yeah.
and keep you going. And even in sometimes most of the time, I feel like the healthy food is the more expensive.
Yeah, it is. Organic food is expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gonna be more expensive, so you're out here trying to be healthy and buying outside food. Like it's gonna be really expensive.
That accumulates.
Yeah.
Like one meal for one person could be between
like $20 now.
$10
minimum.
or $20.
Yeah.
Depending, right? If it's fast food or like higher type of food. Imagine spending $20 for each meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
So 3 meals a day. That's over 100 in a
Easily.
week. Over 100 in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So gotta start being financially smart about how you spend your money.
What was the biggest shock that you had from being in high school and still kind of being like a kid to now being an adult, graduated from college, and now having like a full-time job? Like, what has been like the biggest punch in the face?
Honestly, just starting the real world, as you would say, like actually starting to be independent, being on your own for most of the things. Like sometimes, when you're a student, you're like, oh, I wish I wasn't like in school right now. Like I don't want to be doing these assignments and stuff. Now when you go out into the real world, you're like, damn, I wish I was back in like kindergarten, to be honest. Like you didn't have to worry about no responsibilities. So it's like it really hits you when you start putting that foot into the real world that life is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's not fun. It's not, I mean, it's fun sometimes, but it's not always fun. It has its struggles.
Yeah, something that I guess was a punch in the face for me is kind of seeing how expensive everything is. How things I used to get for free, I don't anymore. There's expenses that I have now that are musts.
Yes.
Like I just went to the, what's the eye doctor called? Optometrist. And it was like $40 just the consultation.
I know.
And then I had to buy my glasses, and then I'm like, good thing I got a pretty good I got a pretty good discount on the glasses.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. But just seeing how things when I was a kid, I was like, oh, free glasses,
like
free consultation,
and things
like that.
Classes at school sometimes, no?
Oh yeah, they would even go to the school. I remember that. Or I remember, I think even the dentist went to my elementary one time.
Oh yeah, they would give you the little bag with goodies like toothbrush, toothpaste.
Yeah, seeing all that, and I'm like, and it's things where it's all like, damn, like health should come first, like I need to do this type of stuff first, and then what? Do I need more soap? Do I need more toothpaste? Do I need a new toothbrush? Like, it's all this stuff that comes first.
Yeah.
And then it's the going out,
treating yourself.
Yeah, and I haven't even gone out in a while. Yesterday I was supposed to go out, like go clubbing and stuff, and I'm just like, I had a very long week. I had to go to San Francisco for work.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? Like, I think I'm too tired this week. Like,
yeah, that's all.
Like, imagine going out. Well, first of all, imagine getting ready, and then going out, and then being up, 2, 3 a.m.
It's crazy.
Then coming home, and then being all this velado the next day, waking up late, and then it just messes up your whole schedule. And I'm like, nah, you know what? It's not worth it. I'd rather just stay home and go to sleep. Yeah.
That sometimes I value my sleep so much more now than I used to. As a kid, as a kid, everyone wants to stay up late. Now, like, you're just wishing that you get a good 8 hours of sleep, because sometimes you don't even get that. You get like 5 sometimes, if not less. But going back to the whole glasses thing, I have a question. Do you think glasses should be free? Because technically we didn't ask to be blind. It wasn't our choice, but we were, unfortunately, you know what I mean?
Well, we didn't ask for a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, but I think like okay, like what else?
I feel like you can't say that because I feel like once you say that, you can say that for anything. Like, oh, I didn't ask to be born, so I should get a paycheck every week.
I see what you mean.
You know?
I see, yeah.
Or I didn't ask to l- be born in a time where we use shoes, so I should get free shoes, right? Or I didn't ask to go to school because technically we don't ask to go to school when we're technically we have to go to school when we're like K to 12, you know?
Uh-huh.
So then, you know, it could be like, oh, everyone has to get a free backpack, free clothes to go to school, free, you know? So then I feel like we can't say free glasses because...
Or maybe not free, but like at a more affordable cost. Perhaps.
I just think the healthcare industry overall is a big business.
It is.
And it's hard to even say anything having to do with them, you know? They're gonna get their money regardless.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, people are still gonna pay for it because it's a necessity. Like for us, we're blind, so it's a necessity for us to have glasses. But yeah.
I feel like that's something that, I mean, maybe in the future, glasses would be free, you know? Or maybe not glasses, but maybe like eye operations would be at a cheaper price. You know? I don't know how much they are now because I've never really looked into it or never really interested me to not use glasses. But you know, maybe in the near 5 to 10 years or before that, we might get a company who makes it be even more affordable to get an eye operation.
That's true.
Or maybe there'll be something in the near future that we won't need an eye operation or glasses or eye contacts, and it'll be something that we haven't even heard of yet, you know?
It could be.
Who knows?
What do you consider though laser eye surgery?
No, I don't think I'm willing to do that. I feel like glasses don't really bother me.
Okay, I see.
And when I would play sports in high school, I would just play without them. Like I would just take them off, and it would be like no big deal, you know. I could still see good to play like a sport, you know. Or if I'm running or working out, like I'm not gonna get run over because I don't have my glasses, you know. So I feel like for me, I wouldn't. And I kind of like them. I like picking out the style that I want to wear.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And I feel like later on in the future, I might get more fancy with the type of glasses that I have.
Could be.
You know? What about you? Have you ever considered like contact or laser?
When I was younger, yeah. But then as I got older, I was like, no, I don't think that would be for me.
Which one? Either or?
Yeah. I mean, the only time because I feel like I'm probably more blind than you are. So like if I take off my glasses, I can still see you, but you're super blurry to me. So yeah, from far away, I would not be able to see without my glasses.
I mean, I don't think I could drive without my glasses.
Oh yeah,
either.
I would not be able to drive.
But I feel like walking and doing daily things, I feel like I can do it.
If it's like a routine that I know, yeah.
But not something new?
Not something new. I would be squinting to try to see. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
But then, you know, I saw Final Destination that one time, and I was like, no.
I've seen them all, but
I forgot which one it was. But you know that one where the girl goes to get, I think it's laser eye surgery, and the laser just starts going and it doesn't stop, and she's like stuck in her. She was laying down. She was stuck right there, and she couldn't turn it off. So she like puts her hand right here and it starts going through her hand and her eye like that. Yeah.
I gotta see that. All right. We'll do a review on Final Destination.
Okay. So it starts off by saying, my neighbors have 9 cars total. 9 cars. Wow. They must be rich or something.
Or have a lot of kids.
That too. So they have 9 cars total parked in the street. They always park 2 of those cars in front of my house, the person who, you know, and won't move them the whole week. They have a pretty big driveway, but it's always empty. They have told me that they don't like to leave their driveway with cars because it looks tacky. interesting. In 2021, I noticed they were building a second unit in the back of their main house. I noticed they completed the house, and under a month, they raised some red flags. Oh, okay. I submitted a ticket with my city through the app and advised them that there might be some residential building without permits. I didn't think of it much until a year later. I noticed my neighbors tearing down their second unit last week. Word got around our block that a city inspector was there making sure everything was being torn down.
Code? Oh, being torn down. Damn.
Based on what the materials and labor they put into their second unit, it cost them over $100,000. That's a lot.
Damn. So it says. He said I cost them over $100,000. So like, so they feel like because of them putting in the ticket, and they wasted over $100,000 for nothing. Wow,
damn.
That's a lot of money. If we start off from the beginning, though, I feel like, I mean, to each their own, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you want to park it in your driveway or not, but I feel that if other people should have the right to park their car in front of their house first, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this is in a pretty well-off area if they have 9 cars with the driveway and have enough space in the back and money to build a second unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if they don't want to put any cars in their driveway, that's up to them. But if you're asking them to leave the front of your house for your cars, or maybe you could tell them that you think having cars in front of your house is taggy, then I feel like there should be mutual respect. Like, sure, I'll park my cars, but maybe not in your house, right?
But I mean, but they would would you want somebody parking in front of your house and not moving it the whole week?
No, I feel like I would want my car there. Or that'd be my designated car spot. So
what if you guys talk it out, but it doesn't? You guys can come to an agreement.
I feel like that would be. I feel like I would try really hard to be respectful and say, hey, just how you don't want cars in your driveway, I don't want cars outside of my house. Right? Or if, yes, I understand that street parking is for everyone, but, you don't move these for weeks. There's days and days that go by and you don't move these cars. So I feel like maybe you should park it somewhere else. Maybe if you don't want it in your driveway, then maybe you could park it down the street in a different block and leave this for me to come and go from work or groceries, pick up the kids, or do the things that I need to do. I feel like there should have been an understanding. But what do you think about him or them or her going and, reporting it to the city?
I think that's, if it wasn't bothering her, why did she report it, Because I don't think they were building it in their property, basically, the second unit. And it was, they were building it in the back of their main house, which means it shouldn't have been bothering that person, right? So I think it was really messed up on her part.
They just did it out of, revenge, right?
Honestly, yeah, for the whole car situation. And that, costing them over $100,000 to tear it just to, for nothing. That's a lot. And I would be mad. I would be mad at that. But like you said, also, they should have came to an agreement.
But also, I feel like if I'm spending over $100,000 to build a second unit in my backyard, I'm gonna do it the right way. And get the permits necessary. Yeah. So something like this wouldn't happen of having it torn down.
That's true. You need to have everything on time.
Yeah.
So that if something like that were to happen, well, here's the proof, here's the permits.
Yeah, here's the permits, documentation, safety codes, and all of this. Because $100,000
going to waste is... Ugh.
and it was probably worth. I'm pretty sure they costed them over $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
But once it was built, I'm pretty sure it was worth twice or 3 times that.
That's true. That's very true.
That's crazy. Have you ever had any bad neighbors like that? Where they're just not there to do you any good?
Well, no. I think they've been pretty okay.
Yeah, I think I've had pretty good neighbors too.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the neighbors turn out to be good friends of mine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Shout out my boy Abraham. Shout out my boy Jerry. Shout out my boy Brian.
You guys are all neighbors?
And they used to be.
Oh, okay.
Even my boy Javi, man, he used to be my neighbor too. And your best friend Diego used to be my neighbor too.
Diego, wherever you're at, you still owe me that game, bro.
Yeah, so I've had pretty good neighbors.
That's good.
There was actually something that I read where I know that before we did need to have well, still nowadays we need to have safety codes, and everything needs to be up to date to build in your property, right? But I think I recently heard that it became a little less strict in terms of permits, just because you know how there was a housing there's housing necessities,
Yeah.
like people need places to live. That's why huge apartments are being built. Prices of homes are really expensive because not enough homes are being built to meet the demand. So I think it's a little easier now, but still very, very difficult.
No, yeah, you see. Yes.
But yeah, that was our interpretation of Am I the Asshole? Let us know if you want us to do more of these type of shows or episodes. But yeah, maybe you guys have your own questions, or maybe you have your own. Maybe sometimes you're wondering, am I the asshole? And then we could go over it. But yeah, I think it's great. Responsibilities are great. Learning how to budget is super awesome.
Yeah.
And if you want any personal finance advice, even though we're not professionals, we're here too. Till next time, guys.